I love the game. I love the hustle, man.
But now let's get to Draymond Green. Ooh. Draymond Green. Now we got a couple things to talk about with Draymond Green.
Take a sip to that.
Yeah, let's take a sip to that. So, man, first of all, we're going to talk about Draymond Green and Jordan Poole. Apparently, this is coming back up. This is coming back to, being news service in the media. Yeah. Social media people are starting to talk about it now. I guess Draymond Green did a podcast interview with Pat Bev. Yes, and sir. The one thing I will give Draymond, he was asked about it, right? It wasn't like he volunteered any information. But this is what Draymond Green said. Let's play this real quick.
I don't just hit people. Dialogue, of course, happens over time, and you usually ain't just triggered by something like that fast,
right.
To that degree. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a team. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody on my team triggering me, in an instant. We know stuff that you don't say amongst men. You know what I'm saying? We know things that you have to stand on.
So he's basically saying that he doesn't just get triggered right away, right? And there was something that was said that basically made him act out and knock Jordan Poole out. You know what I mean? Now, some of you guys may not agree with what he did or whatever, have your opinion on it. I mean, we don't know. We weren't there. We don't know what was said, and we don't know what was said before that. What has been going on prior. Some things, sometimes things boil over, and if you haven't been in those type of situations, you may not understand it. And I get it, but I've seen certain situations to where people antagonize each other for so long, and then at some point it just boils over. To me, it sounds like that's what happened, and that's what Draymond was saying. Like, I just don't hit people. You know what I mean? It's not like I was just mad and I feel like it was a build up. Now, I do want to go to something that Colin Cowherd said some months ago, who was on FS1. I want to credit him. I'm paraphrasing, but basically he was saying that, and he's very good friends with Draymond, by the way. So this is kind of, you can pretty much, from the horse's mouth himself, he was pretty much saying that it was a disrespectful situation from Jordan Poole towards Steve Kerr, right? Towards the coach, towards the leadership of the team. Draymond, being the locker room leader, took it upon himself to, I guess, verbally check it. That's when him and Jordan got into it. And then it was just a build up from there. Jordan probably said a couple things that Draymond didn't like. And then, hence we got the punch that the leaked video displayed. So, this is coming back up again, but then also too, right? So now Anthony Poole, who's Jordan Poole's daddy, he has something to say to Draymond. Do you want to talk about that? Did you see what he said?
So yeah, like I said, for me, on the outside looking in and just hearing about the story, I did feel like Jordan Poole's dad, Anthony Poole, should have not went to social media at all to defend his son. You know what I'm saying? And also to want to go ahead and try to fight Draymond. At the end of the day, this is what your son did. Your son's a grown man. He's over the age of 21 or over the age of 18. If nobody's jumping in and nobody's, trying to gang up on Jordan, then, take a step back, let your son handle it. He's the one, that was antagonizing Steve Kerr. He was the one that was antagonizing Draymond, or Draymond being the leader of the team and stepping up and telling him, hey, look, we're not going to go ahead and tolerate that. At the end of the day, if you're talking big boy stuff, you got to go ahead and put on your big boy draws and be ready to go ahead and do what you got to go ahead and do. But Absolutely. For his dad to feel like he deserves an apology for him and his wife, sorry, Mr. Poole. You don't deserve. You do not deserve that. Your wife does not deserve that neither, man. At the end of the day, that's not what's going on. Your son was totally in the wrong, from what I understand. You know what I mean? From what we understand. Like I said, now we're not there.
It's funny because a lot of people think Draymond was wrong, but we don't. You can't say who was wrong because you weren't there. Definitely. First of all,
I agree.
You know what I mean? So I don't like the whole. He should have never hit him. Like, hey, man, some people.
Right? No. And like Draymond said it was a buildup. It wasn't like Draymond just went ahead and lashed out on him the first thing he said. It was like, hey, look, you keep poking the bear. Eventually, the bear's gonna go ahead and bite back, or he's gonna attack. And that's exactly what Draymond did. He attacked, and then for the dad, for Anthony Poole to be like, oh, okay, let's go ahead and catch a fair one, or let's go ahead and fight, or whatever.
That's so weird.
Anytime, any place, it's like, bro, you're grown. I don't know how old you are, Mr. Poole, but for me on the outside looking in, man, let your son fight his own battles. Don't go to social media talking about it, and just let them talk amongst each other.
That's
Draymond, I'm pretty sure somebody on that team can go ahead and figure out how they can go ahead and get on the phone as men
Yeah.
And hey, I'm gonna go ahead, you know what I'm saying, and be the what's called in this situation.
Yeah.
And help you guys out.
And that's my problem too. If I'm Jordan Poole, I'm telling my pops, shut up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like
exactly.
you're making the whole situation worse. You're not helping.
Yes.
And it just makes Jordan Poole look soft to me. It's like, oh, your big bad dad got to come stick up for you. Like, it's like, bro, like, here's my thing. And Jordan Poole, if it was that serious at the time, you should have just asked Draymond for the fade after he knocked you out. If you really,
I need that fair one, man. I need that fair one. No cameras around, nobody around. I need the fair one.
Here's my thing. I gotta work with you for the next 9 months at that point, because this was like early. This was preseason. This was like training camp. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta work with you for the next 9 months. I still feel a certain type of way. Right, we got to go all back. We got square. We can put on the gloves and then we can shake the hands as men. Sometimes that's what and I understand some of you guys out there watching this may not handle your problems like that, but sometimes when you are in a space to where like you kind of, I don't want to say from the hood, but you kind of know the energy of how things work when it comes to physical
violence.
Harm,
whatever.
Whatever. Like somebody, just sucker punching you. A lot of people call it, or just an interaction or disagreement. We'll just call that. I mean, if that's what you feel like you need to do to get it off your chest, just put the gloves on. Y'all could have did that, but now you're 3,000 miles away over in Washington. You guys are no longer teammates. You got traded to the Wizards, and now it's a lot of chirping and yapping and things like that. Now, some people may feel like, oh, that's Draymond talking. It's not him, but he was asked about it in an interview. Now, could he have said, I don't want to talk about that. We moved on. I respect Jordan. We got over it as best we could. He's now on another team. Right. I wish him well. He could have said that.
Yeah, and I just came
up with that in 2 seconds. So he could have easily said that.